Hey, my name is Teresa Micheletti, and this site is called Take What Rings True. So, the whole idea is I share spiritual thoughts, and you keep what makes sense to you and you believe, and let the rest go. You don't have to believe anything I say. So, today I'm going to be talking about synergism or synergy. And synergy is a way to multiply the power you have to um, get something you want or to have a common purpose with some other people. So the whole idea is you gather other people's power to accomplish something. So 1+1 is more than 2. My friend, mentor Rahim, a spirit guide and master teacher, would describe it as a pyramid. So if you think of a little kid building a pyramid with blocks, like you're one person and you add 2 people, and that 1 plus 2 equals like 6. And then that 6 goes to 9, and that's 9 goes to whatever it is. So if you gather more than one other person, then that still increases it even more. So a prayer chain is using synergy. Make-A-Wish Foundation was an example of synergy. Danny Thomas in St. Jude's, he built that hospital and he gathered people in to help support that program. Jesus and his 12 disciples started a movement which went around the world. They believed in it. An architect takes 4 sticks and places them in a field and describes what the house is going to look like, and it becomes a reality because the architect and the owner and the contractor all get together. They have this belief, this knowing that this can be reality. So, some other people who use synergy, Columbus believed if he just went west, that he would reach the Indies. Well, he would reach land. And he gathered a whole bunch of people on his ships that would believe the same thing. Edison, he worked on his figuring and his ideas, and he brought people in to help him. And they all were working on the same thing. And it increased the power for getting what he wanted. Henry Ford, same thing. So 1+1 is more than 2. 1 plus 2, friends, that's 3, is a lot more than 3. So you can do the same with whatever purpose you want. You need to, number 1, see or sense what you want. Number 2, believe in what you want and keep believing in it. Francine, another mentor, spirit guide, said the thing that gets people down is they stop believing in what they want and let that go. I have a sort of example. Viola Davis is a famous actress, and she was very, very poor when she was young, and not enough food to eat, minimal everything, even to the point that she would have to wash clothes, like wash out her clothes and by hand, and then hope they dried in the morning. Well, a lot of times they didn't dry in the morning. She went to school with wet clothes. So she was in an environment where for generations her family has been poor. So she watched this program on television, the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. And she realized she could be an actress. She could do what Jane Pittman did. You know, she could come out of the circumstances she was in. So she knew she could get out. She believed it. Her relatives in her generation also believed they could get out of the situation they were in. So they had a collective knowing that it was possible. They believed in it. They knew it was possible, and they worked towards that. Not that she instantly became an actress. She was a hard-working, struggling actress in New York. Well, the struggles that people talk about, like having to live in a tiny space, not having enough food, having to work extra hours at something else before you get what you want. Fine. That was nothing to her. That's how she grew up. So she kept believing. And now she's an award winning actress. Now, Francine gave another example of someone who wanted to have a baby, a natural birth. However, her life chart negated that. She was never going to have a baby. So instead of redirecting her energy, because you have all this power and this energy, redirect it if it's not going to take place. Maybe she could have adopted. She could work at caring for children. She could work with a charity for children. Now, my life chart says I'm not going to have a natural child, but I taught school for years. I taught children for years, so I was around children all the time. Okay, say you want a life companion, but you're not getting one. Okay. You may have been told someone is going to be coming into your life. Well, don't give up. Don't just like stop your life because they haven't come yet. Timing is everything, and sometimes things are delayed. So live your life, keep going, do other stuff. What else do you want besides this companion? And work on that. You should have more than one path going at once of things that you want, things that you want to accomplish. So redirect that energy into another desire until the companion comes. So instead of concentrating on, I'm not getting my companion, why not? Where are they? When is it happening? I'm so, the world's against me, the universe is against me. Then you're creating this negative whirlpool. Well, nothing's going to come to you. Now, on the other side, if you want to build a building, a few people get together and think it into being. We are so powerful. Of course, we're not going to think it into being on Earth because that's a different physics. But every building on this Earth was in someone's mind first. They saw it in their mind's eye. They knew it could happen. So if you want something to happen, decide what you want. And then decide, okay, I'm going to create whatever it is. And gather a few friends to help you program whatever it is you want, or to get healthy, or create a movement, or whatever. Now, I had a back problem. Actually, I had a back problem and hip problems. I had a back problem, and the doctor told me that I was getting something like scoliosis. My spine was like shifting and becoming not straight. So I wrote everyone on my email list, even like the business contacts. I wrote everyone on my email list. When I went to church, I asked everyone to pray for me, and my back straightened up. I went to a doctor at Stanford, and I was traveling. I was having trouble with my hips and with my back. Now, my back straightened up, but there was still an injury where the vertebrae, if you think of cans stacked together, my vertebrae, one of them was injured, and it's like somebody pushed in that can. So I still had a back problem, but I also had hip problems. So anyway, the doctor could not read the x-ray because it was digital, and that's before, I guess, Stanford had digital x-rays showing that my back had straightened out. He had the x-rays showing that it was crooked and what was happening with my hips, but he did not have the x-ray that was digital that showed my back strength. Well, he announced that it was not possible for my back to straighten out. That was impossible. Well, that's his belief because my back did straighten out. I used synergy and contacted everyone I knew, and my back straightened out. You may call it a miracle. I don't care what you call it, but I appreciated it. And I thank all the people who prayed for me. So we tend to worry about the little things. Say someone said something mean to you, or you can't find the color shoes you want for this event, or someone lied to you. Well, instead of worrying about that stuff, somebody said, and it's all small stuff, just let it go. If you can't let it go, give it to God. Let God forgive them. But if someone's mean to you, that's their problem. That's their problem. You don't have to accept those feelings into yourself. You can't find the right color shoes? Go get a neutral pair of colors. Someone lied to you? Okay, you know they lied to you. Let it go. Don't trust them, or whatever you decide to do about that the next time, but don't spin it around and worry about it. We are on earth to overcome negativity and gather our spiritual truth. Gather the wonder of you. Francine, well, Raheem also, and Sylvia Brown would all say, be a sieve, like a strainer. So when thoughts come to you, when that mean person says something to you, when you can't find the color shoes, when someone's lied to you, let that percolate through. Okay, do you need to keep that thought? No, let those go. Someone being mean to you is not physically affecting you unless you let it. So don't let it. Okay, so the steps. Synergy. Decide what you want to create. Gather a friend or two to help you with whatever it is you're working on, even if it's you're going to be more healthy, you're going to be more fit, whatever it is, or you're going to be able to build a house, you're going to be able to find a house. So use synergy or gather with like-minded people. That's why churches were there to begin with. In the antique days, olden days, people would gather together who were like-minded and use synergy to help. Maybe they needed rain. Maybe they needed whatever. So use synergy to enhance your life and then flow towards your own spiritual truth. Not that you need to worry about all the material things, although God doesn't want you to live in rags. So having nice clothing is a nice goal. However, say you want a new nice car and you want it to be blue. And then this wonderful nice car comes and it's green and you go, I didn't get what I wanted. So therefore I negate the whole thing. I don't believe in this stuff. Well, maybe it's better if you have the green car. If you had the blue car, then you would have gotten into an accident. If you have the green car, it's a nice car. So stop worrying about it. So you know how in school you would get those star stickers. So you learn something, you do well, you get a star sticker. Well, that's what happens when we're in life on earth. It's like we get a star sticker for what we've learned. So this week, stop and think, okay, I've overcome this. I accomplished this. But give yourself some star stickers in your mind. Stop and think, okay, what do I need or what do I want that would enhance my life? And be positive. Positive thinking clears a path. Negative thinking makes you go backwards and lowers your vibration, and the universe can't help you. So you have a horrible job. You have a yucky car. No nice clothes. And then you go, poor me, poor me, poor me. You're programming for what you don't want. You're concentrating on the horrible job. You're concentrating on the yucky car. Instead, be thinking about what you do want. What do you want? Stop the negative thoughts and start the positive ones. Choose one or two things that you want to work on and get a couple of friends to put energy into that. Synergism builds, it renews itself. When you're on a roll, When you're in flow, more positive comes to you. The universe sends you more. So catch yourself when you're tearing yourself down, when you're stopping your flow because of negativity. Rahim, my mentor, would say, eject that. He would like physically think of some audio in your forehead and eject that audio or touch your heart. You don't have to tell people what you're doing. It's like, not my truth. I'm not going to accept whatever that negative thought is. Stop spinning it around, let it go. And think about the positive. What do you want? When I was first starting the ministry classes, a friend and I were talking about what Rahim had said about, you could put on an elastic bandage bracelet and snap it and say, no, I don't believe in that. No, that's not my truth. So that's another way to negate the negativity. Well, we were talking about using elastic bracelets and how it would have been nice if we'd thought of that, because we would use elastic thread and make bracelets. We could have made a lot of money, like selling them. Anyway, um, we kept saying after we would do that, okay, K-Man, we're going to think positive. K-Man, K-Man, K-Man. And I said, it's like Cayman Islands. Well, come to find out, a while later, I told this story before, I went on a cruise I didn't expect to go on, and I didn't know where the cruise was going because it was all last minute. And one of the places it went was the Cayman Islands. And I think I programmed for that. Me and a couple of my friends were saying that over and over and over again, and Cayman Islands came into my life. So I have a couple of friends who do the grateful thing. One of them writes 5 things she's grateful for every day. Another one writes 3 things she's grateful for every day. And that puts you into thinking about the positive. And it could be as little as, I saw a wonderful sunset. I got to hug my puppy. It doesn't have to be big, extravagant things that happened. Just what are you thankful for? I'm thankful for a roof over my head. So be good to yourself, value yourself, and be as healthy as you can. Get rest, eat real food. And just like they say when you get on an airplane, put your gas mask on first, then help others. You need to take care of you first. Then you can help other people. It's hard to get things done when you're making your body be a rattly jalopy. Take care of yourself. If your hubcaps are worn and you have worn tires, it's hard to get going. Be good to yourself. Put energy into being more fit, more healthy. Your synergy helps to make things possible. Now, don't program for things that are not going to happen. Like a sumo wrestler is not going to become a prima ballerina. If you're 4'10" and you're past the age of 25, then constantly programming to be taller is wasting synergy time. Instead, pick something that's possible. Put energy and power towards something that's possible. Live, be joyful. Stop wanting to be taller and it's not going to happen. What are you doing right now? Maybe you are doing that also. You're wanting something that's not possible. If you're wanting something that's not possible, let that go. Then think about, what do you want? Check yourself. Take some time today to reflect and check yourself. What do you want in your life? And program for that. Now, you may be negating what you want. Like, if you want a friend, are you being a good friend? If you want a companion, a wonderful companion, are you being wonderful and able to draw that person into you? You may complain, no one loves me. Well, are you loving other people? Do you love? Maybe you need to start by loving yourself. Hug yourself. You can hug yourself right now. Be nice to yourself. Okay, praying by yourself is fine. But if you gather a couple of friends or a group and pray, it's the synergistic pyramid of power. So, a pyramid, if you think of a block pyramid, kids building with blocks, even, there's one, and then under that is two or sometimes four. And then under that is a multiplied of that. And it's multiplied. It isn't 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4. No, it's 1 + 1 is 4. 4 + 4 is 12. It gets bigger and bigger. The more people that are in your pyramid, the more people synergistically working on what you want. It's gathering everyone's God centers together, all focusing on the same synergy. The universe realizes it and sends it to you if it's in your life chart. If it's not in your life chart, then stop planning for it. Stop programming for it. If you want to know if it's in your life chart, contact somebody. You can contact me. I can channel to find out. Or just sit and figure out, okay, I've been trying to get this for 15 years. All right, maybe it's time to think of something else and build a pathway with that power for something else. And remember, don't just do one path, do a couple. You have paths going for what you want. Use imitative magic. Rahim would talk about imitative magic. If you want rain, pour a little water on the earth and think of that being what you want. You're physically showing what you want. Gathering a couple of friends, asking the universe to send you rain or whatever it is. So be kind to yourself. Use synergy to help you flow through life. Expect that whatever it is you're asking for. So say, okay, you want a companion. All right, put energy towards that. Be the wonderful companion to people that you would like to come to you. Be the wonderful, loving person that you want to attract. And think about how you're spending your days. Are you spending it in negativity and going, poor me, poor me, poor me, nobody loves me, the universe doesn't like me, I never get what I want? Well, stop that. Go out and help somebody. Send out love to people. Find a different path and put power into the positive. When you're at a higher vibration in the positive, then the universe can help you. If you're doing the poor me thing, nobody loves me, everybody hates me, my world is awful, well, then it's going to be because that's what you're programming for. That's what you're thinking about. That's what you're talking about. Instead, talk about the positive. What brings you joy? Go do that. Think about the positive and be thankful. Okay, you know what you want to create. You've gathered your friends to do it. Know it's going to happen. Believe in it. And then thank the universe for bringing it to you before you even get it. It's like, you know it's a done deal, it's possible. Then thank the universe for listening and bringing it to you. And then go on to your next path. What else do you want? Get in the flow. Allow yourself to flow with positive energy. Focusing on the positive. Focusing on your synergy request. And when you've asked your friends to help you, what do they want? And join in on their synergy for what they want. We're not all going to become millionaires. So, what would you like besides that? Not that you can't use synergy for money if it's for a greater cause, but if you're using it for money, then decide, okay, my $10, my friend's $10, my other friend's $10, that's $30. Okay, we would like I don't know, to build a small recreation center in our local town. Okay, so put energy into that. Then you know what you're using the money for, that's a good thing. Maybe you want to have enough money for paying your bills and helping other people. But make sure it's not just you for money. Make sure you give some to some worthwhile cause, or maybe it is a worthwhile cause. But take care of yourself first. Keep yourself healthy. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Decide what you want to create. Know that it's possible. Believe in it. And thank the universe for sending it to you before you even get it. Envision it. Use all of your senses. See it, smell it, taste it. So do all of those things and believe that miracles are possible. Synergy is possible. Allow yourself to be part of this synergistic pyramid of power. And know we create our own reality. We are part of God. We have our own little God center within us. Thank you for listening. And I'll see you next Wednesday. If you want to listen to this again, you can go to YouTube, Take What Rings True, and I'll be back next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Bye.